Weishan means lofty mountain in Chinese. Actually, it's not a mountain at all, but an ancient town west of Kunming. So what brought me to this secluded little place? This is the cradle of the Nanzhao Kingdom, an autonomous state that rose to power more than 12 centuries ago. The Nanzhao was a confederation of many different indigenous groups. Here, in Weishan, that mixing of people produced some incredible artistic and culinary traditions. Weishan was also once an important stop on the Tea-Horse Road. This ancient trade route is a subject I'll run into again and again during my travels in Yunnan. That's because, for centuries, it was the most significant cultural and economic lifeline this region of the world possessed. I arrived at night and soon settled into my room in the city's old quarter. I needed to get some sleep before a day of hiking, exploring, and some serious eating. I was up early and ready to meet my friend Frank. He has spent years exploring and learning about this region and wanted to show me some of its best spots. But first, he insisted, I had to eat a really long noodle.
It's about 7 or 8 meters of noodle.
Right, so the idea is that this is one strand of noodle, this entire noodle.
They got the Guinness Book of Records for longest noodle ever, and it was more than a mile.
Right on.
1,700 meters and a little bit more.
You've been out here for about 10 years, yeah?
Well, in China, 10 years. We're going to check out a few temples on one of the most famous Taoist mountains in China, the Weibao Mountain.
Weibao Mountain, okay. We've got noodles in us. I also got my whole 8 meters down.
Oh, you're over.
And then we'll get to it.
After breakfast, Frank and I hiked up to Tuju Temple, a 1,200-year-old complex built during the early years of the Nanzhao Kingdom. The temple remains a thriving place of worship for the region's minority people and appears little changed even after centuries of use.
So this is a temple from the Nanzhao Kingdom. What is the god or the spirits that people...
It's a person. It's actually a historic figure, yeah.
Okay, he's been like deified?
Yeah, Xinu Luo, the first king of the Nanzhao. Hundreds of years ago, it was people living here, and the Nanzhao evolved from that people.
From Tuju Temple, we headed further into the mountains to visit a Taoist academy called Wenchang Palace. Our third stop of the day was the beguiling Grotto of Eternal Spring. Here, every surface is intricately decorated, designed, painted, or carved. Built in the 17th century, the grotto is a place where the tenets of Taoism fuse with the religion of the local indigenous people. At Frank's suggestion, we relaxed from our morning trek with a bit of Tai Chi in the tranquility of the temple courtyard. It seemed like the perfect place to unwind. Again, it was time to eat, and Frank invited me into the courtyard home of one of his friends.
Oh, this is an amazing spread we have here, Frank.
And we have 2 kinds of flowers mixed into the eggs here.
And a lot of this stuff came from your garden.
Yeah, this is also from our family.
In this hidden village, doing things by hand, like growing food, cooking, making clothes, are all traditions to be treasured.
Did you find this place, Frank?
And actually also the roads that connect the villages from one to another. It's much more fun, of course, to walk from one place to another than to sit in the car. You know, once you get to the villages and you know a little bit more about the way, how to get from one place to another, it's just much more fun.
We headed down the mountain and back into town. Weishan is famous for its snacks, and Frank wanted me to try a local version of a rice noodle called arsi.
So this is the arsi.
And they're just blanched. So arsi have their texture because they are actually not made of some kind of rice powder, but they are actually like steamed a few times and then run through a machine a few times.
Press. So it's different than rice noodles in other places as well. But then this is the paro, like really soft or tender in dialect.
Sort of like a dipping sauce.
And so this particular style with the two bowls, the paro on the side, is particular to Weishang.
It's particular for this place.
Okay.
It was a busy day, but a fantastic day as well. My next stop would be an old Muslim town called Donglianhua. Frank promised it would be just as magnificent as Weishang. Thanks for watching. This was just one of the many incredible places I got to visit on my month-long journey across Yunnan. Like, share, and explore the rest of the province with me in this 12-episode series.